Hello and welcome to Launch University. This week we're going to talk about what is Launch University, specifically the live session, the hands-on workshop version that in 5 weeks takes a first-time founder and equips them with everything they need to turn their big idea into a simple plan. My name is Eric Ralston. I'm the co-founder and futurist at Fuse. For the last 7 years, I've offered entrepreneurial education programs. There is a building at 723 Parkway in Richland that says Fuse on the side of it, which is a co-working space where you can go in, sit down, and turn a little bit of this into a little bit of this. So Launch University, the online video series, is entrepreneurial edutainment for tri-citizens in a hurry. It is intended to give 5 or 10 minute actionable little clips that make it so you can be helped in your projects or career, or hopefully even your startup, do a better job harnessing your time, spending a little more time getting creative and a little less time worrying. Launch University did not start out online. It started off as an offline program in person at Fuse, in an incarnation we called Launch University Ideation, because ideation is the process of crafting an idea. And it was a 5-week way to get your idea off the ground that involved topics like customer validation, business model, and Founder 101. We've ran it since 2015 to now, and the tradition continues on. And now we've made it a very hybrid learning environment where anything that was exposition is going to be delivered online in videos like this. And anything that's hands-on interaction, that'll be delivered live sessions on your Zooms, your Teams, your WebExes. Is WebEx still a thing? Back in my day, we had this thing called Skype. People stopped Skyping and started Zooming sometime around 2020. It's still going to sound weird to me when I'm an old man. So what are we going to talk about? And I can talk about that in a little bit. So first off, this is one part of our curriculum. This is our interactive learning site where you'll be able to look through all the slides, all the handouts in the Launch University Ideation Learning site. The class is in 4 learning parts with one final pitch. The customer validation section is about kind of the marketing concepts around how do you identify your niche, because your niche is not actually it's not just a pile of money somewhere. It is an actual person who makes decisions and has a personality. And how do you write that down and validate that and actually prove the demand for your idea? Because it's not just can it be done, it's will anyone like it? Will anyone buy it? Will anyone ask for improvements on it ongoing? And that is how you'll actually change the world. The next module is business model. Business model is about how do you build an organization around the idea? How do you define activities that cause the idea to be produced and then connected with your customer? This also kind of defines the different terminologies around the aspects of your marketing and your sales and your production, making it so there's a limited jargon way of talking about how you make your idea and how it makes money. Pitching is about the sales and marketing communication side, about how to talk about your idea, how to break it down into pieces, and then making it so you can pick up any of those pieces at any time to connect with your audience. And it interlocks with the experience that you had in customer validation, because different customer types might need different pitches. In each of these workshops, we're teaching you how to make the thing at the end of the workshop and the process to make it. So you could always go back and use the same process to make a new pitch for a new audience or a new pitch for a new year. And then the last learning module is called Founder 101. No, it's not a whole accounting class. No, it's not a whole legal class, but it talks enough about how would you look at and talk to a tax advisor and the problems that they would face. How would you go get insurance? How would you make sure the timing of your first dollar of taxes? Because that is basic dollars and cents entrepreneurship that you need to know, but you don't need to agonize over, and you don't need to go get a degree for necessarily, because more than likely you can hire someone to do that for you and you can focus on just building your business. And finally, pitch night. So there's not a lot to pitch night. You're going to face down 3 judges. The judges are going to give you 2 minutes. We'll give you 2 minutes to pitch to them. They'll give you 2 minutes of Q&A, and then they'll give you each their opinion. An opinion, not a solemn verdict, not a predestination from the vibrations of the universe. 3 opinions as a red, yellow, or green, as in stop what you're doing. I think this direction is wrong. You probably don't even want to do this thing at all. 2, more investigation or maybe a slight pivot. And then 3, do it. You're just make it happen. The workshops themselves borrow from structured creativity concepts you might have heard of called design thinking, which was popularized out of Stanford University, or compression planning, which is also popular in certain engineering industries. And fundamentally, we sit down and we take a look at a variety of these planning, brainstorming boards. There are 13 in total designed in the program. We are unlikely to do all of them. To give you an idea, I'll zoom into the heart of one of them, the most Silicon Valley startup one that we have, the business model canvas, or the BMC. So this business model canvas is basically multi-part brainstorming. We'll use post-it note style interactions to put ideas down on here, and we're going to talk about, say, the value proposition of your business, where it's like, what are you really offering? Because you're not just offering the offering, you are providing a benefit. So those benefits generally fit into these genres here of, say, newness, performance, customization, design, etc. And trying to brainstorm along those lines gives you a rigor that just believing in your idea and watching YouTube videos all day like this one is not going to give you. So then you move off into areas like, what are the customer segments? Do you actually try to build a mass market product that is for everyone? Hint, there is no product for everyone. And finally, do you, for instance, connect it with channels? And channels are a very important aspect. If you have a channel, if you can get people's awareness, guide them on a path where they make a decision to buy and maintain a relationship after that, you could go find an offering. You could sell socks. If you knew 1 million people who'd actually open an email, there's lots of people who just do what's called affiliate marketing, and they sell other people's products using their channel because they spent the time to make a channel. So this is a good example of business model canvas. So we tackle this. It takes about an hour. We work through it, and we end up with a great amount of insight as to not just how would you build the offering, but how would you build the organization around the offering, both the structure that the customers follow and the structure that your employees and vendors follow. Thank you for learning a little bit about Launch University and the 5-week first-time founders workshops that we put on, covering topics like customer validation, business model, pitching, and Founder 101, along with that pitch night right at the end. And it's all designed to take your big idea and turn it into a simple plan in about a month and make it so you build that habit of every single week sitting down and working on your big idea. And that's the main thing. Your enemy here is not your competition. Your enemy here is time. What can you do in the next 30 days that would actually move your idea forward? Who could you get to help you? And who actually has a system that's been tried for the last 7 years here in Tri-Cities in order to help other businesses succeed? Thank you. I've been Eric Ralston. You've been great, and I hope to see you at Launch University.